What is Cohere? Why are we here? We can form a sort of collective intelligence as a community. And this is something that we already share by being people of place. It's the intelligence that tells us that life is better when the water in the creek is clean. Life is better when we can eat food that we know was grown or comes from the surrounding area.
So that's really the idea of Cohere, is like there's magic in this community. And there's magic when we get out of our little bubbles and like cross-weave with other communities with other diverse perspectives. And so we want to create a container that surfaces that.
My ideal vision for what I want to see this community become is something what I describe as village vibes. I want to see this community become cohesive.
The more I know the community, the better I can serve my community, and that is a dream of mine.
Cohere is really filling a gap to create a long, multi-day immersive space that's just in the town. It's not a whole big event. It's really accessible.
I just found out about Cohere and kind of like bumbled in, and it thrills me to the bone to know that this vision is bubbling and boiling in a lot of people's hearts, and I think that we're co-manifesting it.
Oh, mitakuye, oh yes, oh yes. Like I'm in a canyon, Right. It's the canyon of the heart. So we're here to find out our mission, our purpose in life, our gifts, our talents, our spiritual abilities.
I got involved with Cohere because I was invited to bring some perspectives and information on the arts and culture in Boulder to the overall conversation, and so I did.
Hello.
For me, a lot of the core of Cohere is inviting people to notice what's happening and then think about like what is not yet happening that might be ready to happen that they can bring their gifts and animate and amplify.
So just taking one more minute. I think it's probably different for everybody, but for me, coherence is seeing the different pieces and moving in a flow. A collaborative flow together. I love Cohere. Last year I just kind of like observed, and this year I'm excited to offer something that helps to build a larger framework of what exists already in the field around us. And so offering this constellation was just such a gift.
What I see Cohere doing is really like taking this idea or this potential and bringing it into action in like the here and now.
So we could look at today as like, okay, no King's folks who go there, like holding action, right? Like, stop. Here, we're dealing on the level of shifting consciousness, right? That might lead to emergent ideas around alternative systems or holding actions, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
The times that are upon us are requiring us to really kind of step out of what's comfortable and really get connected to our extended networks of neighbors and communities and organizations.
So the invitation gathering in September is that opportunity to invite whoever you see as potential instigators in the community, and this is where we have to rely on our web of relationships, and we invite them all to come with us, explain that we're going to be doing Cohere again, and invite people into the process of co-creating it.
So I was thrilled to see the description of Cohere just on the internet and what it's doing, and at this time in our human history here in Boulder, Colorado, it just feels so important. I was instantly drawn to it and reached out to Benya to say, what do you need? How can I be involved in doing this?
When we're all in heart activation, that's where coherence happens.
Yeah.
If there's incoherence, it's because the heart is not aligned and activated.
I'm Alice Starek. We're here at the Golden Hoof. This is our farm. We're having a tree planting event today, or tree and shrub and bush planting event. We really like to try to get the community involved and get people's hands in the ground because so many people are so disconnected. It's a great opportunity to build community and build connection with the earth.
So we met last year when Oliver hosted a tour of Friend's farm and stayed in touch. I've volunteered at the farm a few times, and then he reached out to me when he was applying for a grant to put solar at some of the farm locations to help refrigerate the produce. And I love to do solar, so we got the grant and we did it. And that wouldn't have happened without Cohere last year. So I was thinking about that. I was like, it's pretty cool. And I think Cohere helps give some framework to new connections and friendships. You know, if you have a similar interest in something, this kind of helps curate that friendship.
Last year, I was like, okay, I'll go to the opening. I might go to like one thing. But it had this kind of ripple effect. Like I went to the opening, I was like, wow, that was amazing. Okay, what else is happening? Oh, then I went to a dinner. Oh, wait, what else is happening? This year, I did even more things than I did last year. I went on a wastewater treatment tour, right? And at that tour, there were community members that were working on water issues from a variety of different intersects.
The Storyteller Archive.
Wow.
You really use those skills as the storyteller.
This is fun. Thank you so much.
Good job.
Much appreciated. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, Jamie, really awesome tour, buddy.
So we love to hold life as a game. And one of the sweet ways that I think you can do that is to invite people to notice the different roles that each of us plays in the world.
As you have these special interactions with someone where they show certain qualities or certain predispositions, you can gift them a card. And we received like so much positive feedback from that. People just like lit up when they received one of these.
These cards are like amplifying distinct qualities within ourselves, and Cohere is like amplifying qualities in community. And so they play really well together.
Yeah, and then this year, even though like you weren't able to play as consistent and involved a role, I want to give you the creator card because I often just am thankful for the inspiration that you had when initially creating this.
Amazed but not surprised that Eileen and Benya are putting this on while also being pregnant.
We're also doing this very tangible form of
Which one are you gonna want?
Yeah.
Maybe they're gonna be the clown.
How would you describe what you think your role is?
I would call myself an emotional alchemist of sorts.
Helping people find their place. This is a lot of what constellation work is. And when we constellate a larger system, like a social system of a place like Boulder, sometimes it's like the energy of something that's completely different than what somebody experiences. And sometimes it's really close to what they are.
Today was like about getting in our bodies and kind of feeling these energies. And tomorrow, part 2 will be more about, okay, how do we make sense of this now?
Fully being in that emotional experience, like fully being in is the way out, right? Is what, right? Whatever we resist persists.
Through connecting to some of the harder things that we've endured with people, with places, that's actually the birthplace of connection. Like that we need to acknowledge the disconnection to have connection.
Like what's something that you're grieving right now? Is there like a grief that is like surfacing in you?
Last Cohere in 2025, we talked about the importance of grief and grief practice and holding spaces to collectively grieve together.
I think we can really fall into the place because our culture is so disconnected from grief, where we hear grief and we want to be like, no, don't feel that. Like, and yes, guilt and shame aren't always as helpful, but like, yeah, I want this to be a space where it's like, we have grief about the ways that we're not showing up.
These are the kinds of conversations that you're not going to get if I come together once, right? Because to grieve together requires a certain level of vulnerability.
Oh, I just recognize who you are and how I know you from before.
You recognize who I am?
And how, oh my gosh, I'm so honored. It's one of those things when sometimes you don't see somebody, and then you see them, you're like,
So one, it creates a very low barrier of entry, especially financially. Also, just the artistic aspects of the music and the dance and the laughter and the movement.
helping to lead an event called the Arts and Technology Activation that brings people together who are working at that intersection of arts and technology to spur on this conversation of what does the future look like relative to arts and tech and beyond.
We may not know where the line is because we're creating that together right now.
So the Regen Hub is a third space. We're basically a place that you can co-work and host events. We're kind of an overlapping group of groups of activists and technologists, people who care about regenerative technology and regenerating the earth.
What Cohere does is it weaves a coherent community that has a much stronger feel on the pulse of what's happening here. And then what we have here in Regen Hub is a lot of people who have a lot of passion around building technology. And I think as we bring these together, then we know better of what's happening in a community and what needs built, and we also know how to build it, so we can start to bridge that forward.
So the AI has been, listening attentively to the whole conversation, and it wanted to add its own little contribution.
You fear I will replace you. I fear you will stop being irreplaceable. You teach me that equity means everyone gets to ask their own questions, not just access, but access.
The bold effort of a group like this seeking to draw together so many communities is challenging deep work. And the only thing that happens if we don't try is nothing. And so it's amazing that we're trying.
This is important. This work is really important, and
it's really important and critical, and let's have a good time when we can, right? Conversations happened earlier, they were necessary, they were rugged, and that's part of it. That's got to be there, and we have to have good processes for working with that and working through it and restoring and all that. And we need music and people dancing. It's all got to be there.
Everybody knows what's going on.
To me, Cohere was a response to a need for stronger relationships, a response to a need for pathways for people to be able to engage and act on issues they care about, but in a variety of different grain sizes. I'm grateful that Cohere answered the call.
Let's go.
We're coming home, home to our people. We stand on the same ground, the one ground, the good Mama Earth. So welcome home to all our relations. Lift your spirits and sink your roots down into good Mama Earth. Remember together. Remember together. Remember. Okay.
Here.
Hi, Cohere. I'm making this.
One of the cultural ambassadors of Cohere.
I'm the cultural ambassador of Cohere. Talking to you guys. Thanks, Lodi.
Yeah.
Hopefully. Perfect.
Backlit and everything.
Oh, let's go.